What is up everyone, and welcome back to Motorsport Manager episode 2. Here we are with Predator Racing, as I like to call them, the worst of the worst. But in the first race, what can I say really? Last time out we managed to finish second place. It was a bit of a fluke, we were lucky with our starting position, but I'll take it. It basically sets us up for the whole season. Now we've just got to continue to develop everything and hopefully just push forward. Today I'm going to try and sign some more staff in terms of kind of designers and mechanics, stuff like that. So we're going to get into that straight away, go a couple of days, maybe even develop our car a bit, and then get into the next race. Okay, so I've just done a little bit of scouting, searching for some mechanics and designers, and these are the guys that I found. I believe they should both want to join. It just depends on how much we're going to have to pay them to get them to join the team. So first up, as you can see, we have Chepe Lima. Going to see how much we can offer him at a max. He's going to want a lot, so we're going to first of all offer him 85,000. We're going to give him a long contract as well because he's a good engineer by the looks of it, and we'll give him a nice signing on fee as well. We'll see what the max is and go to around about 100,000. We want to make sure we can get these guys because they're very good and hopefully tie them down to very long contracts. Okay, the next guy that we're trying to hire is Kai Gosling. He's 3 stars at the moment, but he's got 5-star potential. He's interested as well, so we're going to offer him a big contract like Chepe Lima, and hopefully he'll join. I prefer a medium contract, but we're actually going to give him a long contract. Hopefully he'll accept that. But no, we'll give him a medium one. Hopefully by the time it's over, we would have been promoted, so he'll actually want to join. Okay, so there we go. We're going to send that off to him, and hopefully that'll be good enough. Last but not least, we have got Wayne Bellows. Hopefully he wants to join, which he does. So we'll get a contract offer in for him. Wages are important to him. He's a lead designer, so he's going to be worth a lot to us. He wants a long contract, but we're going to go for a medium contract. We're going to offer him 300,000 a race. It does seem like quite a lot, but we'll go with that. A relatively nice sign-on fee, so we'll go 337, and then the bonus is always going to be first or above, which is only first. But then because of that, we can offer them a lot because it does seem relatively unlikely at the moment unless we fluke it like we did in the last race. Okay, so we've just had another sponsor come through, and it is Jogo Games. As you can see, 4 stars, 400,000 per race, which is a nice amount because that more or less pays for those 2 engineers' wages if we sign them, that is. So I'm going to accept that. It's also another 250,000 up front, which is very useful. Okay, so Chepe Lima has come back to us, and he's not very happy with the wages. Oh, I actually think I forgot to offer him higher wages, so we'll go with that, and the rest I'm going to keep it like that, so we'll send that off. Okay, Kai Gosling also come back to us. He wasn't happy with the wages, so we're going to up that a bit, and I think we should be good there. Once again, finally we have Wayne Bellows. He wasn't happy with the signing on fee, so we'll up that a bit, do the wage as well, and we'll leave it like that. Again, we're not going to extend the contract because if we do get quite far up through the series, we might want someone a little bit better. So we'll do 21 months. That is a long time anyway, but we'll continue on with that. So here we have it, the first person to sign. Kai Gosling has accepted the contract. So we're going to chuck him instead of Oscar Deverett. He only cost 75,000 to break the contract. 206,000 overall, which isn't too bad. We're still in the green, which is very good. Okay, so it looks like Chepe Lima is being a tough one for us here. He wants a little bit more money. He prefers a medium contract, but we're going to keep him on a long, and we're actually going to up the signing on fee just a bit. I really do hope that he will sign this, because otherwise we might struggle a bit. Probably the very best news out of all of them, Wayne Bellows has agreed a deal. We can sign him up. That's such a good improvement on what we already have in Charlotte Williams. No offence or anything, but you know, we've got to get Wayne in. We're only losing 521,000, and now, ideally, we can get started on the development of some components. Okay, so last time out, all we did was improve the reliability of some of our key parts on our cars. Only on one of the cars though, which was Will Hume's, so I'm actually going to improve them on our other car as well, which is Pernet's. Otherwise, she may be retiring quite a bit like she was before. It's also probably a good time to start designing some new parts. As you can see, the next race is in 8 days. However, all of these parts do take quite a bit longer. And it's kind of free choice of what I want to develop, really, because they are all the worst components on the whole entire grid. So I think I'm going to start off by developing a new engine. It's a big component to do. We are only on 1.1 million, but I might do it. It's 1.5. It does say we're going to lose 766,000 in the next race, so that could be a tough one. I think I'm going to do it anyway. It should be, no, maybe not. No, I won't. I'm going to hold off. I think we can develop our own ones up to that much. I might do something a bit cheaper then. I'm going to build some suspension instead. That should be up to 48, which isn't great, but it's better than what we already have. It'll be done just after the race, which is okay. So we'll build that. We'll still be in the green just. We are probably going to go into debt after this race. But it's okay, because by the time our sponsorships come in, the new ones, we should be getting a lot more money per race than what we are now. Alright, so we just received some very good news after some tough negotiations with Chepe Lima. He's decided to accept. So, Tom Woodbridge, you do have relatively good potential, but we're going to replace you with Chepe Lima on, I think, a very long contract as well. So, as you can see now, our staff, our drivers are very good. It's just the actual car that's letting us down. So, yeah. As you can see now, we are the highest on drivers, the highest on staff. I'm aiming to be highest on sponsors as well, which ideally we will be after this next race. We'll just have to wait and see. Then over time, from the money, we'll work on the headquarters and in turn work on the car. But now it is time to jump into our race, and it is in Munich. We have nothing else we can add on to the cars, but we are going to lose money whatever happens this race. But it's okay. We know in the long term we're going to make some money. So let's jump straight into it and see how we can do. Okay, so here we are for practice in Munich. I'm going to do the same thing that I did last time out. And I'm actually just going to skip practice. We're just going to alter the setup just a bit so it's more in the correct regions, well, at least the starting regions, and then we'll have a better idea of setup after. So we'll just do this quickly, just put the downforce up a bit, bring the suspension more towards understeer, and the top speed is probably okay where it is. So we're just going to skip this and see how we do. As expected, again, not fantastic, but doesn't matter too much. It's just to get the bonuses for the race, really. So, race day, it's time. I have no idea where we're going to be starting in the race. Hopefully it's towards the front again. We kind of need that advantage because we really need anything we can get with this car. Okay, so we're starting off. We've got Panette in 4th and Hume is all the way down in 19th. We're changing up the strategy a bit though. We've got Panette on softs, Hume on mediums. And hopefully we can go a little bit longer with Hume and then go on some other tyres later on in the race. Alright, so as you can see, we're coming to the end of the first lap. We are currently in 4th and 19th with Panette and Will Hume. It's a bit of a struggle further down the grid for Hume, but Panette is doing a good job so far. Looks like Panette's under a little bit of pressure in 4th place. She's holding off well. The front three are kind of clearing off a little bit. And then we have Will Hume, who's in 16th, kind of in an area of his own, but still going strong on the medium tyres. Hopefully we'll be able to make up a couple of places later on. We're about a quarter of the way through the race now. The tyres are actually holding out relatively well for Panette. The softs aren't actually doing that bad at all. And then Will Hume is up into 10th now. Their tyres are definitely very, very good, those mediums. I think we should be able to make it to probably around about lap 10 with those. And then Panette will most likely be coming in next lap. I was just having a quick look at the weather and you'll just about be able to see that it is actually going to start raining relatively soon. It might work out well for Will Hume, but Panette's still going to have to pit. So in the meantime, I'm just going to chuck another pair of super softs on, or softs, sorry, and we'll go along with that. I think she'll be pitting again relatively soon though. Somehow after 10 laps, we are actually doing surprisingly well here. We're sitting in 3rd and 4th. Hume, I think, is actually the only person that hasn't pitted on the whole entire grid. I'm trying to hold out till it starts to rain so we can put on some intermediates because I think that is coming from what I can see on the radar there. If we can just eke out a few more laps, it should be perfect. And yeah, who even knows what we can do, but we're looking very good so far. Okay, so it's literally just started to rain. I saw one other person decide to pit there, so we're going to do that. I think Will Hume will actually always run out of fuel. Okay, that's not good. He's very close to the pits though, so I didn't realise how close he was there. We're going to do a balanced pit stop, come in for inters. I think it might get really heavy after, which could be a slight problem. But we may have to change the full wets later on. But as you know, you have to be on the right tyres at the right time, so we're going to change this. Panette and Hume are coming in straight away. Hopefully we won't have to stack, and let's get these pit stops out of the way. Okay, so we've actually had to stack ever so slightly. I don't think we've lost too much time, but I'm hoping we can jump the queue really and get on these inters as soon as it starts tipping it down. So everyone else is now coming for inters. We're going to get our drivers to push here, because I have a feeling in a minute it's literally going to start tipping it down and we're going to have to change on to wets, if I can see correctly from our radar. It's not amazing, but it does the job. Okay, so it's starting to rain very, very heavily now. I'm just waiting to see if anyone starts to pit for wets. If not, they might actually just try and stick it out and hold out the whole entire time. But if anyone goes in, I'm going to make the move and join them on the full wet tyres. By the looks of it, I think everyone is actually staying out despite the weather. On the radar, it does look like heavy rain for at least another 2 or 3 laps. So I think we're just going to try and persevere with it. Will Hume is currently defending very hard for his podium place. I'm not sure how long we'll be able to hold off for. And then Panette is actually in 6th, in a bit of free space on her own. So we're probably going to up her engine mode so that she can catch up with 5th place. Okay, so just having a look around, a couple of cars are starting to pit again and they're putting on more sets of intermediates. So when we come around to pitting, we're actually going to do the same thing. I don't need to pit any of my drivers yet, but in a couple of laps we will. I think so far we've done about 7 or 8 laps on the inters, so if we can do maybe 2 more laps on this set, we should be good to get to the end, as long as it doesn't completely dry out. Okay, so we're just going on to lap 22 out of 29, and I'm feeling it's about time to start pitting our drivers. So we're going to bring Will Hume in, just give him the right amount of fuel to make it to the end. So we will give him, let's have a look, 7 laps will be enough. So he'll be coming in, and then Panette, don't think she's on the lead lap yet, but she'll be coming in probably on this lap because her tyres are a little worse off. So she has enough fuel as well, just over 7 laps to make it to the end. Might be a bit close with the gearbox, but this time we are actually going to risk it. Hopefully she will make it to the end. Okay, so Will Hume has just completed his pit stop and Panette is also in. Another good stop. We are out in 3rd once again with Will Hume. Looks like Panette's back out into 6th, so we're more or less where we are. Hopefully we'll be able to hold this out to the end of the race and it would be another fantastic finish. Okay, so I don't know why, but Marchetta has actually just pitted from 2nd place, even though her tyres, or his tyres, whoever it is, their tyres were very, very high, like they'd literally only just been changed. So I can only imagine that they actually had reliability problems, or I don't know, maybe they were running out of fuel, but I'll take it because Will Hume has moved up to 2nd. I'm not sure how well we'll be able to hold it off, but, you know, I believe in his ability. As you'll be able to see, it's actually just stopped raining. We have 3 laps left. I really don't think it's worth pitting. I'm just interested to see if anybody else does it, because usually what the rest of the cars do is normally the best thing. But I don't think anyone's pitting, so I think we're probably safe to go to the end on these tyres. Looks like we've got a bit of a race on our hands till the end. We are actually being caught up by Sabado for 3rd place. We have a lot of excess fuel for Hume and Panette, so I've upped the fuel modes for both of them. They've easily got enough tyre wear, so I could probably tell them to really push and overtake if I have to. I actually think that's what I'm going to do just for the last lap, just in case. Panette might actually even be able to make up another place, hopefully up into 6th. I think Hume is good for 2nd. He's got 5 seconds, so I doubt he's going to get caught up there. But Panette is actually very close to the back of 6th place. Alright, so you should be able to see in the top of our screen, Will Hume has finished 2nd again. Don't know how we're doing it, and I actually think Panet's just out of reach of 6th place, but 1st and 7th is such a good performance. Our drivers are 100% carrying us through this. So there we have it once again. Will Hume has managed to finish 2nd, 2 races in a row. Just going to quickly go through scrutineering. We have nothing to hide. Not sure about anyone else, but we'll see. And looks like no one else does except for Marchetta actually, who's dropped down to 7th, which means we've made up 1 place. So Panet has finished 6th. 6th and 1st is good. Another 19 points for Will Hume. And somehow, the worst of the worst, Predator Racing Group are leading the Drivers' Championship. Who would have thought? In the Constructors, we're actually tied for 1st as well on 57. Didn't think that would be happening, but it's safe to say after 2 out of 10 rounds, we're looking in such a good position. Okay, so having a look at the money, as you can see, we are actually losing 654,000, which is a lot. Our chairman isn't happy, but you just wait, Darren Luff, until the sponsors start flying in. Okay, so we are back. And as you can see, our new suspension has built a hefty 48 out of 52. Let's take a look in comparison to our current car, which it only has 19. So once our car is fully fixed, we will then obviously put the reliability as the main thing for this suspension. So we'll get that done. And what should we do other than that? Looks like medium speed corners, we're still the worst, but what we do for one driver, we should probably do for another driver to keep it fair this season. So I'm going to design another part of suspension. Even though it's not too key next time out, we're going to do it anyway. And we'll do that. It's very low on reliability, but we'll definitely just have to improve that later on. Okay, so as I said, once our cars were fully repaired after the last race, I would start improving the reliability of these new components or new component. So I'm going to do that. It will actually be done 100% before the start of the race. So ideally, if we can get up to about 70 something, then we should be able to start work on the new one, which should be developed relatively soon. And just quickly before we finish, as you can see, we have a ton of sponsorship offers coming in. Take a look at those. As you can see, PlaySport, okay? The people who develop the game want to sponsor us. And for the United Kingdom, it's 2.2 times bonus. I think at the moment we're losing 500,000 a race, so we're going to get 600,000 a race here. So, you know, it all looks good. I think it's if we finish 7th or above, which we have been doing. It's only 3 races long, but we'll take it. Another 450,000 gets us closer to breaking even once again. We also have another 2 sponsors here. Not too sure that we'd actually be able to get this to finish 1st, but maybe finish in 2nd. I think I might leave that a couple more days to see if any 4-star ones come through, because they might be a bit more, I don't know really, they might be a bit more achievable. So we'll leave that, probably get onto that in the next episode. And then finally we have this, we have 3rd or above, 1.3 million payment for the race, 750,000 up front. That is pretty good as well. I'm trying to think what's most realistic, because we're not always going to be able to do that. We have kind of fluked our way through, but still, there's 750,000 up front, so I think we're going to go for that. We'll go for that. It's only for 6 races as well. So we've nearly broken even. We'll go a couple more days. I think I did just see another sponsorship pop up, which it has. And it's another 3-star one. It's for 2nd place. 1.4 million, and it's 4 times for the US Grand Prix. I think there is a US Grand Prix at least. If we have a look at the calendar. Oh, there isn't. Okay, there's not a US Grand Prix, so I don't think we need that if it's... Yeah, because we don't even have that, so I might just go for the upfront bonus then. But I'm going to go for Northern Harbour, 1.25 up top. That puts us back in the green. We're getting $1 million. We'll take a quick look at how much we're going to be getting, and apparently we're going to be losing 854,000 a race. I guess that doesn't take into account our sponsorship achievement. But never mind. it's all looking good so far. We're back in the green, and yeah, we're somehow leading the championship. Don't know how, but it's all looking very good for us. So if you enjoyed today's episode, remember to drop a like on the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you are new. Remember, it's free, so you can do that. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video.